Collective, welcome to Empress 1111. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the Libra energy, okay? The channel message I got for you is rebalancing your reality, okay? So when I think about Libra, or when I think about the scales, because that's the symbol for Libra, I think about giving and taking, right? Giving and receiving. Because when you look at the scale is more so of the only way that it can be completely balanced is somebody is actually giving as well as receiving. All right. So if one person is always giving and the other person's not giving, the scale is off balance. Right. But if one person is giving and receiving in some form of fashion, whether it's emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, whatever that is, okay, the scales become balanced. Right? So you're not settling for anything less. You're not dealing with anything less. If they're not going to give you what you're giving, then you're like, no, I'm going to only invest mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, whatever it is that is however resonate in your life. Please take the message however it resonate. You're like, if I'm not going to receive the same thing, I don't want it. Okay? So let's just say you may come from a generation, or your generation, let's just say, because Pluto rules generations, right? What you represent in your generation. So let's say you have Libra in your Pluto, because Pluto, it takes 15 years for the planet Pluto to completely go in complete circle orbit around the sun. Orbit around the sun. It takes 15 years for Pluto to completely orbit around the sun. So this last time you might not have been able to do it, but this time you're able to do it. Nothing's going to be able to stop you, because something about Maya energy, something resonate with ancient Kemet. Okay? Those who don't know what ancient Kemet is, ancient Egypt. That's the original name for ancient Egypt, is ancient Kemet. So you have been going through life not feeling like you've been able to find your equal, your balance, your someone who gives you that level of insight. To be able to rebalance your reality. Let's go ahead with the prayer. Holy Spirit, ancestors, my highest light, thank you. As we go into gods and goddesses energy, I ask you to block all psychic attack, all evil eye, return it back to center, transmuted bliss and bliss. Please give us a good message that we need at this time. As we go into Libra's energy, I ask you to block all psychic attack, all evil eye, for strong hedge protection around this energy. Thank you, my riches. Thank you, my archangels. Thank you, my deceased loved ones, my highest light, and thank you, Holy Spirit. I should you, man. Okay, so I'm getting in the energy, because usually I didn't even say it the last, in my other reading, my Pisces reading, when I pray, say gods and goddesses, something significant about you being in the past life some form of god. You were a god in your past life. Since we're talking about ancient Egypt, ancient Kemet, you were extremely powerful warrior. You know, a lot of times people don't understand who you are in this life because they don't know anything about past lives. So if somebody see you as what they call a warmonger in this life, it's because you were a warrior in your past life. So the very people that complain about who you are today, they didn't know in the past life you fought for their freedom. So they don't quite understand why you're such an activist. Okay. We have the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, something surrounding the past life. Who you are right now, it surrounds the past life. Why you are the way that you are surrounds the past life. So if they don't understand why you are very defensive, or you speak for the people, you're very big on allowing people to have like democracy and things like that, or you are big on give and take when it comes down to relationships, things that are supposed to be healthy for you or people's relationship. If they don't understand why you're so strong in that, or why you excuse me, somebody don't want me to say this, I'm sorry, but not, because what I'm saying is not a bad thing. You are just very firm on what you stand on, where one person is not more dominating the other person is not dominating the other. It's like you're seeking something that is real. Because think about it, when you go out to battle, you're not play fighting. It's real. And even if somebody, like the kids today, even when you horseplay, eventually it becomes real. So whatever that is that you're seeking, it has to be real, right? Wheel of Fortune. That's the wish. That's the wish that you made. Okay. With the Nine of Cups, very strong on sexual energy, occult. Okay, so you may be dealing with a Scorpio. You have Scorpio placements, or whatever your generation is. You're partnering with someone who is very occultic. Okay, someone who's very strong in the unknown. Yeah, you may be a boss or an emperor that's dealing with someone who's a boss or an emperor themselves. Yeah, somebody's trying to cause problems in that department because they can't see that a situation is done, right? Maybe dealing with a King of Wands, or you are a King of Wands. But whatever it is, your energy along with someone, because I saw the Nine of Cups, your energy along with someone else's energy will shift the dynamic of in the cosmos. Very, very strong in the cosmos. It will break the glass ceiling, is what I heard. We got yeah. We got the Temperance and the Ten of Cups. Yeah. Healing. It will heal families. It will heal the homes. Okay. If you were wondering what your energy possesses, it possesses healing homes, healing people's family dynamic. People were confused about that. Right? Seventh house is significant because Libra rules the seventh house. So if somebody was wondering why your energy is just so strong, why is it when you do something it's triggering, or why is it when you do something surrounding your generation, or why is it when it comes down to romance? It's because that's what your energy dominates. So whatever that's taking place, okay, you're something opens your heart surrounding families, or wanting to build a family. You're going to be able to help people. You're going to be able to help people who thought that they would never find love, get love. The Lover's energy, you may be dealing with a Gemini, or you have Gemini placements, or something like that. Whatever it is, they are a powerful manifester. Okay? They're a real strong master manifester. They are very strong in it. The twin energies, 1 and 1, 11, 11. Somebody's very strong in manifesting. You may be very, very strong in manifesting, or you're dealing with someone who's very strong at manifesting. In generations. Surrounding generations. Or large groups of people. So if something, let's just say somebody didn't want you to have love, or they didn't want somebody that you love or you cared about to have love, the reason why something is coming off is if you or whoever you're dealing with is a home wrecker, it's because they are in a broken relationship. As long as they are in a broken relationship, that person will be labeled as a home wrecker. But when that person gets out of that broken relationship, everything goes back to normal. Everything will be rebalanced. Clarify the Temperance and the Ten of Cups. Yeah. Soon everything will be rebalanced. People's homes will be right back to normal once somebody becomes single. Once your person becomes single. Once you become single. Once something becomes single. Everything will be rebalanced. Clarify the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. Yeah. The Queen of Swords. You may be dealing with a Queen of Swords, or you are that Queen of Swords. But I'm really getting this thing where you or a Queen of Swords or somebody has been working hard at trying to express this truth, but nobody would listen at first. I'm really getting it. At one point in time, nobody believed that. Clarify this Queen of Swords. Yeah. Someone who's in a mental imprisonment or some form of imprisonment or involuntary imprisonment or some form of control. Mental control, mental abuse, whoever that is going through it, or that could be you that's doing it to somebody. Clarify this Three of Cups and the Lovers, because people are celebrating the Lovers energy. Yeah, because somebody wants to offer someone real love. You want to offer somebody real love, or someone. Take the parts that resonates, okay, y'all? Yeah, but it's really, or an apology. Yeah. We got the Ace of Pentacles and the Devil, but somebody, I don't know. You got a false person trying to come in. Somebody wants to apologize to keep somebody under some form of contract that involves controlling a lover's energy. Or Gemini. So a fake apology. Somebody's trying to give somebody a fake apology to keep somebody under contract because of how strong their manifestation abilities. Right? Or keep somebody in a marriage, or because Libra is rule 7 house. Somebody's trying to keep somebody under a marriage so that they can continue they're trying to control somebody. They're trying to, but love conquers all. So no matter how much somebody tries to control somebody, it's kind of like somebody getting mad at you because somebody spoke to you and you say hi back. So they get mad because you can't control them, but because you have love in your heart, you don't have no problem saying, hey, how you doing? But somebody wants to beat you down because you say hi or you spoke back or something like that. It's just a scenario, just an example to use, but that's really what it gave. Like somebody wants you to, or wants somebody to feel bad, or you might feel like that about somebody, want somebody to feel like crap just because they have love in their heart. So maybe, I don't know if this is you, Libra, or this is somebody else, but what I'm getting is you need to rebalance your reality. Let's clarify the Magician card. Yeah, this King of Swords is going through a tower moment. Or you are this Libra, because this is King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. We are in your energy, so you're going through a tower moment. some form of lies that was brought to you or said to you or about you, it's coming down. It's crumbling down. They are attacking you surrounding someone else's manifestation abilities. So maybe in the past, it was surrounding a relationship, or how you was able to alchemize, or your alchemy, or how you was able to word things, say things, or bring healing to people, your independence. But in this life, this time around, it is surrounding a lover's, a Gemini energy. Okay? It's about their manifestation abilities, their occultic knowledge. I'm hearing something is, I heard groundbreaking. I don't know. So what I'm getting is, you were told a whole bunch of shit outside of what it actually was. That's why you might have been back and forth, but you're experiencing a tower moment, because something was about someone's power, someone's strength to dominate and harvest. Yeah, that's what people are competing for. That's why they have a problem with you, or have a problem with whatever it was in the past versus now. They're competing. That's what's been exposed. That's why they're watching you close. You didn't know that. On why people are being reckless around you? Because everybody's trying to figure out who somebody wants to be with. We have the Justice card. We are in your energy, Libra. But you're going to be able to still move forward. Somebody. Yeah, this is. I'm hearing crime of passion. So in the past, something was about a movement, but this go round, this is surrounding a crime of passion, the heart space. Because this is the third time this Three of Swords pop up. No, I lied. This more than multiple times. So this surrounding the heart space. Somebody doesn't. Yeah. How quick somebody can move forward, but something I don't know, or how quick you move forward, or how quick somebody move forward, or something, whatever it is, it's surrounding a crime of passion. Very strong on how people are celebrating a lover's energy. Yeah, pure Piscean energy or Piscean, they dodge a situation. When somebody dodges a situation surround a pure Piscean energy. Let's see these cards. I don't know why I'm being called to pull more cards. Yeah, something is surrounding Empress. You are this Empress, because Empress is Taurus Libra energy, but I'm really getting this thing is something surrounds an Empress. Somebody want to bring bad news to an Empress because they're pure. That's the secret. They found out they found out that they're completely pure. So maybe somebody didn't think somebody was pure, but they found out that they were. And so now they wanted, at first they was able to get a group of people to side with them based off their lies. And then the people found out that an Empress was pure. So people are walking away, or people are celebrating something. They are something is growing on them, like in a positive way. So now somebody's standing alone and hurting someone, or hurting someone cares about, because they don't have any more reasons to hate someone, or get a group of people to hate someone. So now they want to take matters in their own hands by competing, because they're frustrated with the Gemini, or who a Gemini is connected with, and people are very optimistic about it. So people are saying great things while everybody else is saying great things about you. These, at one point in time, people weren't saying great things about you, or something great about someone. This could have been you at one point in time. I don't know. Take the message how it resonate, but it's really given. At one point in time, you thought it was people were upset about the same thing. No, people are not upset about that. You actually are being respected in that area. This is something brand new. Something that people would probably see in books and in libraries, or I don't know, history books or something like that. Something has become a reality to some people. So whatever happened in the past, you're being respected for that. But now it's something else that's going on. This is brand new. This is fresh. This is fresh. Yeah. And this is what's going on in secret. You might have dodged a situation, or something allowed you to dodge a situation surrounding someone's ego, because they didn't expect someone to reveal how dominating or how controlling somebody was through their gifts. They didn't expect that. And now that people are seeing you or someone in a more positive light, they want somebody to continue working. But somebody's going to try to do magic. But then now people are getting clarity about what somebody's doing because of someone's strength. They thought they can hide how much they really hated somebody, and thought that they can bring an end to someone or bring death to somebody to close out a cycle. Or this could be you. I don't know. Somebody could be doing this to you, whether it's through generations, whether it's through your love life, whether it's just who you are as a person, whether it's just a secret, or maybe this is you trying to do that to somebody. I don't know. Well, whatever it is, it's like competing with someone to be with a person. Empress. What's gonna break this cycle? I asked Spirit what will break the cycle. Okay, when this magician receives some form of bad news. All right, for secretly competing with a Gemini. Yeah, because this Queen of Air, Libra energy, okay, this could be somebody you're dealing with, or this could be you or something. They're responsible. They may be seeing, you might love watching them. They might do something in a cult, okay? You love watching them. All right, but somebody, there's an Emperor that's being sneaky surrounding their lover, or you. So it's really giving like somebody know they already lost, but they want to hurt somebody so bad that they want them to regret. Somebody is obsessed with someone. That's what I got. Someone is obsessed with someone, or someone's obsessed with you, or you obsessed with someone. If you're, I don't know. It depends on where your placements are. It depends on your placement. If it's something surrounding your Pluto, like I mentioned Pluto, if it's something surrounding your Pluto energy, you're being responsible but somebody might think you're obsessed with them, but when it comes down to generations, how you change the world, how you see the world, you're extremely responsible with that. But somebody's confusing it with you being obsessed with them. So that's a null. Okay. That's void. All right. If it's something surrounding a love life, like you got Libra in your love life or something like that, okay, you may have somebody who's competing with you, or Libra sun, you may have somebody who's competing with you or watching you or obsessed with you, doing something in your energy because they're trying to watch a Gemini energy or a lover's relationship or a union because of someone's manifestation abilities. Right? Or that could be you that's doing it. I don't know. But if it's like Libra 12th house or something like that, you may not be aware of what's going on. You might think it's something pertaining to the past, but it's not. Somebody's not stuck in the past anymore. Libra 12th house or North Node, somebody's not stuck in the past. Something does not surround the past. So if something surrounding a relationship or some form of alchemy, some type of music, creativity, or how someone heals the people, something in this time, in this generation, this go around 2026, that's something is not surrounding that anymore. Something is surrounding something surrounding an emperor or somebody lover or somebody who something is surrounding a relationship or how somebody chooses to move on or move forward. This is what it's surrounding, and people are celebrating it because somebody wanted to hurt someone. Somebody got it out for a masculine got it out for a feminine, and they just want to hurt them. And they think if they use fear tactics to the people around somebody, it will keep them isolated and only choose them. This is like desperation and all-time high. This could be you that's doing it. I don't know. All right? But whatever it is, all right, once you show no fear, or once, this could be you, okay? Once somebody stops showing fear to you, okay, your magic will backfire. Okay, if you're a cross watcher. Once somebody show you that they're not fucking playing with you, or you show that you're not fucking playing with them, whoever this is that keeps antagonizing you or somebody, that, or the person that's trying to move forward or something like that. Somebody who's ready to leave. If you are the victim who's ready to fucking leave, all right, whoever it is that's attacking the victim, once they show no fear, or the person they deal with or the people around them show no fear, that magic will backfire. Because somebody's just trying to put fear on the person. And only a coward would do that. That will keep trying to put fear in a woman. Like, you wouldn't do it to a man, but you would do it to a woman type shit. And when the woman shows, you have a situation like that, when a woman shows no fear to a man who's a coward. Because you got men who are strong in masculinity and they deserve to be submitted to, to be submissive to. But you got them cowards out there. They try to disguise themselves behind predominantly masculine men who deserve to be treated like emperors, right? That don't try to use fear tactics to get a woman to be submissive to them. And you got those men or people who try to go behind that energy and try to get the same treatment, but they do nothing what a real emperor does. Because think about, a fake emperor will need a group of people to help them put fear in somebody they're dealing with or a relationship. But if somebody's walking away from a relationship and they standing 10 toes down as an adult, as a grown person, like grown adult, like, no, okay, I'm not your fucking child. I don't know what the fuck you think this is. I'm not your child. I'm not your daddy child. I'm not your granddaddy child. I'm not none of that shit. when somebody stands their ground and say, I'm not going to take this abuse, I'm not going to let you put your hand on me anymore, I'm not going to deal with you anymore, or da-da-da-da-da-da, they go and get a whole bunch of other people to help them because they can't hurt them by themselves. The only move they know is to isolate them. So they try to embark fear tactics on the people around somebody so they can isolate them so that they won't be able to cry for help when danger is near. That's why fake emperors do that. Fake emperors isolate somebody so they can't cry for help, so nobody will save them. But when somebody stands their ground, they run to get help. You see how that works? They go to the real emperors, and the real emperors stand up for whoever that is because they don't believe in hurting something that's supposed to be nurturing to them. Right? It's like beating a lamb or something. Right? A lamb don't do nothing but eat grass all day, but you want to come in and just start fisting the damn lamb because, they didn't know which direction to go. Right? But how can you do that to a lamb when you're not even a good shepherd? Hello? You're not even a good shepherd. You got to go get some other shepherds to get this one lamb to follow your lead, but you ain't even leading the sheep right. Right? So you try to isolate the sheep and spray paint it black and say they're the problem when you just don't know how to lead. So you try to hide behind the real emperors. Right? So that's what's happening here, right? Somebody is working hard at isolating somebody, even if it means trying to hurt the people around somebody. But because nobody wants to say, hey, that's enough of that shit now, right? Or they don't know when to stand down when the person stands up for themselves. They don't know when to just kind of like, I'm gonna stay out of it. If they get their ass tossed up, then that's on them. They should be trying to isolate somebody who told them to stop doing something. That's what they motherfucking ass get. Okay, they need to learn how to be respectful to people. You want respect, you got to give that shit earned. All right, but instead what's happening is the real emperor is trying to step in behind a fake emperor, all because maybe they are in one little group, or they work around each other, or they in some form of organization or a community or something like that. All right, it could be a family or something, but they're all standing behind this fake emperor simply because they can't isolate one particular person. Right? So they only come in to help isolate one particular person. But when that one particular person goes Super Saiyan on their ass, I'm talking about Dragon Ball Z on their motherfucking ass, on every single last one of them, all 562 of them, right? Now they're like, you know what? Whoa, wait. You didn't tell me when we did this to help you out that they was going to fuck us up. And that person knew that. But they have problems with self-control. That's why they having power struggles. They don't want to be like, you know what? I want to do better. I want to heal. I want to this, I want to that. I want to work on myself. I want to put in the work on my own. I don't want you to feel like I'm using you or anything. I want to prove to you on my own that I can do this on my own. But they spent all of that time that they could have been doing working on themselves, trying to isolate one person. One thing about, let me tell you something. You attract people when you do what the fuck you're supposed to do. You wouldn't have to worry about, you wouldn't have to fight. People, real emperors don't fight for nobody's attention. They handle their business, and then guess what? The right people come to them. You don't put yourself in the rat race. You don't. And that's what this fake emperor, or this, when I mean fake emperor, somebody who portrays himself as an emperor, which means it looks good on the outside, but they have put in no strong amount of work. They have no proof, no evidence that they have been doing what the fuck they need. I'm talking about consistency. I'm talking about years. I'm talking about months. Talking about when one thing failed, you come up with another one. Like you would, like for me, I have several different platforms. If I give away one, guess what? I got some more. I'm considered, no matter how somebody look at it, due to the strength, even though I am an empress, I have an undertone of an emperor. You understand what I'm saying? That's what these real emperors are seeing. But there's an emperor a fake emperor who wants to control. Excuse me, guys. They want to control what possibly a feminine is doing because of their manifestation abilities. They might have felt like it was okay to go about something like that because they might have felt like, oh, well, if these real emperors are standing up for me surrounding what I'm trying to do, maybe that's what they represent. And if that's something that these real emperors do not represent, then it's pretty hard for fake empresses to know the difference between a real emperor versus a fake emperor, instead of them just standing alone or correcting the situation at hand. It's kind of like, let's use tying a shoe for an example, or reading, right? If a fake emperor always had a real empress reading for them or tying their shoe, and they say, you know what, I'm not going to tie your shoe anymore, I'm not going to read this book, I'm going to stop reading these directions for you. If you're not going to listen to the directions, if you're not going to follow along and see what I'm doing and apply it in your own life. Instead of this fake emperor seeing someone's point of view on how to go about something based off saying, hey, how about you learn how to fish so you know how to fish for yourself? Instead, they cry wolf, they get upset, they want to isolate the empress to force them to go back to fishing for them, to force them to go back to tying their shoe, force them to read all the directions back to them. Why? Because they don't know how to do it. But the real empress come in and say, well, I will do it for you, or I'll tie your shoe for you, or I'll read the instructions for you, or I'll fish for you. Apparently, something wrong with this empress because they should be able to do that for you. But if they just step back for a second, the real emperor step back and see if this fake emperor can actually do it for themselves. If they step back for a second, they'll realize that this fake emperor can't read or follow directions. They don't know how to fish, and they don't know how to tie their shoe. If they just take a step back and see if they can do it themselves, right? How can a baby walk if you're always holding their hand? That's the same thing with parenthood. You watch your baby crawl all through this house. You see them stand up at the table at 8 months. 8 months turn into a year. They still crawling and standing up at the table. They're turning 2 years old. They're still crawling. They're still standing up at the table. Why do we ask these questions when it comes down to developing and thriving, when it comes down to a child mental status, but we don't question these things when it comes down to our mental status as an adult when it surrounds maturity? If you take a step back and see if that person can do it themselves, then you can determine, whether it's surrounding submission or actual just laziness from another person. Because it's one thing if, let's for instance, an emperor with or without an empress, they can do most of the things that an empress can do for them by themselves. They actually do. They actually know how to take the time and cook. If they want to learn how to cook, they'll cook themselves. If they want to iron their clothes, they know how to iron their own clothes. If they want to wash their car or keep a neat house, they actually know how to do that themselves. If they have an empress in their life, they want the empress to do that for them to lighten up the load. But if they don't know how to do it, but they're adding more tasks on the empress, then leaving the emperor to not do absolutely nothing, when do they thrive? When do they learn? When does the baby actually walk? So it's so easy to point out whether somebody is a good mother or a bad mother based off how the baby or the child thrives. But nobody wants to determine whether you're a good boss or a bad boss based off how your group or who you stand next to or who you defend, how they develop their maturity, how they build, how they push forward with or without someone standing. If anything, an emperor knows how to stand alone. But you're dealing with the reason why I say fake emperor, because a fake emperor does not know how to stand alone. They only know how to stand in groups. But a star stand in groups and they know how to shoot alone. Shooting star alone. They know how to go on alone. They can't do that with someone who does not know how to walk on their own. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know if this is you, Libra, but you are really rebalancing your life surrounding whatever that is that's going on in your life. Maybe you do need to stand alone when it comes down to something, or how you go about something, or somebody around you need to go about something alone, or somebody just needs to simply let something go, or maybe you need to let something go. I don't know what this is in your situation, but you're rebalancing your reality. You're seeing something for what it is. Okay? I hope this message help you. Y'all be blessed.